What's up, Solid Steppers? What's up, Tech the Titans? Welcome back to Florida. Right now, I'm crossing the Georgia-Florida line, coming from Kings Bay in Kingsland, Georgia. Blessed to have a great day and a great life. I just dropped a video about preparing for 2025. Let me tell y'all, time ain't just running out. It has run out. But that's a different conversation. We're going to talk about something else. Right now, I want to talk about partnerships. I think it's imperative that we all develop essential partnerships to be successful. The number one issue that I see in partnerships, and thank you for my subscribers and those that rock with me, but I think in a partnership, you have to have a common goal because people are different. You know, a lot of times people get in partnerships and they get in relationships and they get in their feelings and they allow it to affect business. And that's because people come from different backgrounds, they move different, they respond different, and they react different. And a lot of people say that they can accept people as they are, but they don't. I mean, people like to do business with people who have the same belief systems, the same, family structure and all. That's what makes them comfortable. You know, the reason why a lot of people can excel in partnerships is because they're not comfortable being uncomfortable. And if you are accustomed to growing, you're going to understand what uncomfortable is. If you're uncomfortable, you need to look at your surroundings and see what's going on and see, is it an opportunity to grow, or is it someplace you just don't need to be? But when it comes to partnerships, you should have a soul aligning goal, and I just feel like a lot of times things get lost in the wash. I have people who want to have partnerships with me and they want to be my friend. I mean, I got friends. and some partnerships I developed because I have friendships with different people, but I didn't mean that I liked everybody, because I didn't, and I still don't. But the reality is, you don't have to like people to do business. At the end of the day, you got to understand what the common goal is and the direction. And most people don't understand. They have no clue that in order to get to the next level, you have to develop relationships and you have to develop partnerships. They don't have to be formal, but I mean, even in your personal life, who you decide, the most important decision you can ever make in your life is the person that you commit to. Let me tell you something. That's a whole nother video. But I think if you value yourself, if you're invested in yourself, you're going to surround yourself with people who are all about next level. And I'm blessed to be in those kind of situations, because the only people I deal with on the personal side, they got to have it together. Like, it ain't even a conversation. Like, what are you bringing to the table? And I'm not saying just about finances, but I just mean intellect, education, because I have to be mentally stimulated, because I'm not doing, I'm not a kid, so you can't entertain me at this point. And it's the same way in business. I'm going to look at what you do, not what you say. And I think those are the best way to make business decisions. A lot of people can't put things in black and white, and they can't structure X, Y, and Z, but their actions will tell you every time who they really are and how they really move. I'm one of those people you cannot buddy up to me, because if you buddying up to me, I'm already looking at you suspect. I just been living too long, And at the end of the day, there are genuinely friendly people out here. There are genuinely people who really care about humanity. They care about you and don't even know you. You got to be able to distinguish between the fake and the real. And when it comes to business and life, that's the way you not only protect yourself, but that's the way you excel and go to the next level. I have a circle of friends and associates that celebrate what I do. And that's a blessing. They're constantly encouraging me. Even though most people think Miss Ward don't need no encouragement. She got it without it. Oh, no. We all need encouragement from the real, not the fake. Because see, the fake will encourage you, and then they try to get next to you and cause drama. It's just because that's who they are. A lot of people just knows it. They ain't got no business, so they want to be in yours, which I think is hilarious, But at the end of the day, understand what the relationships are and utilize them accordingly. I am a firm believer that you need several relationships And those relationships need to stay in the toolbox. When certain things come up, you know this is a specialist and you know that this person has the goods to help you get to the next level as long as you're respectful and you are reciprocating with that person. There are people who call me for specific things because they have watched my business acumen, they watched my growth, they watched the development of my company, and they watched while everybody else's expenses was going up because they were trying to keep up with the Joneses. Miss Ward's expenses were going down. And that's because I am reading the market, I'm reading the trajectory, and I'm reading the forecast. It's just like when we get these hurricanes. Miss Ward is not staying in Florida for no hurricane. I don't care how light it is, I'm on the road somewhere. I don't sit put when I get a warning that there could be a problem. That's a whole, man, look, I ain't got that much I'm trying to protect that I can't get up and save my life. That's how I feel about it. I'm not about to be putting magic marker on my hands, on my arms, so they can identify me. Man, I was watching a video the other day, man, it broke my heart. This lady said the most heartbreaking thing she saw was mothers putting their child's name and date of birth on their arms because they got notified too late or something to get out or couldn't get out. Man, that's why I tell y'all don't have no problems. There's people out here with real problems. If you're an appliance repair, the only problem you got is you. And not only do you need to figure it out, I don't think most people realize that while you are figuring out and while you out here, this is how you figure it out. Like, I don't understand why people think they just gonna be able to get this stuff through osmosis. You gotta get boots on the ground. You gotta see what partnerships are gonna work for you. Like, I have a great partnership with my vendors. One of my top vendors, Marcone, we have a great relationship. Now, I'm not knocking Encompass and Sunberg and because these are the people I deal with. Fox Appliance, Sunberg, V&V out of Ohio. Fox Appliance is out of Georgia. Sunberg is out of Chicago, Illinois. And then I deal with Coast Appliance over on the West Coast because a lot of times they have stuff that nobody has. I'm like, what? But at the end of the day, and for those who need to write it down, because, you know, if you like Miss Ward, when I hear a nugget in the video, that's a nugget. That is a free nugget. You need to have a group of vendors you deal with for your business. And you need to be able to shuffle them. You need to develop relationships where you have, in my opinion, you need to have a certain amount of credit limit with these vendors. And so that you can move and operate your business, but you better manage all that stuff accordingly. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. So I'm going to run through the vendors. My number one vendor is Marcone. Shout out to Saul. Then I have Fox Appliance. Because a lot of times Fox Appliance has been around a long time ago. And a lot of time in their warehouses, they'll have parts nobody else have. Encompass, of course. I used to use them a lot more when I was in South Florida because they have a office in Davie, and it was in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami, so it was all about it. Then there is Sunberg out of Chicago, V&V Appliance Parts out of Ohio, and then Coast out of California. Other ones that I use online, like everybody else, Parts Doctor. I love Parts Doctor because I get my parts quick, and you know, I just pass the cost on to the customer and keep it moving because that's what we do in business, you know. But there are several people that I have relationships with that really help me be successful. So the vendor is definitely on point. Then I have a relationship with United Refrigeration, you know, for my tanks. And, you know, I get a lot of HVAC stuff and supplies from them. It's all about it. All about it. But what I'm telling you is you got to have these relationships. I got relationships with Courtney when I run into seal system issues. And Dr. Dan up in Courtney down in Florida, South Florida. Dr. Dan up in Alabama when I need that, you know, that old school and all that. Like that dude got more in his fingertip than most of us got in our whole body. I keep telling them that, but that's a different conversation. Shout out to Dr. Dan. There's several people. Richard Zilka. If I get stuck on a schematic situation, I'm calling him because he's my original teacher of schematics, and he taught me so much, and I'm always gonna pay homage. When I get like a really weird business situation, a lot of times I'll reach out to Mike Sneed over at Appliance Boot Camp because this guy know how to get the bag on the shoestring budget. So I got to give him his props. Of course, that's where I started, so I'm always going to pay homage to him. There's just people, you got Brandon over at TMM. Brandon helped me a lot when I was in South Florida, and I know that if I call him, he got me. So, at the end of the day, shout out to my favorite guy. Y'all already know. Q is my dude over at Empire Appliance Repair. You got to have a circle of people. Then I got my boy Sam up in D.C. in the Maryland area, killing it on the commercial refrigeration side. He went from a student to, on the round table because the guy was so aggressive and strategic, and he actually did everything that we discussed. So I'm so proud of him, man. So outstanding. You just got people. Shout out to, and there's some people that the game is. I'm laughing. I just got a text from y'all gotta check out my boy channel, LP SW Service. Y'all check out his channel, man. He's the just coolest guy, laid back, hard to go, want to help everybody, doing a great job on his YouTube channel. I'm so proud of him. And every time I think about him, I chuckle because this is a guy that was so deep behind the scenes. He didn't want to talk to nobody. He really ain't want to be out front. Now he making YouTube videos. It just goes to show exposure is the key. It is always about exposure, man. His setup is great. He just did a great video on his tool bag. Once again, I keep trying to explain to y'all, proximity and circles. You got to be in circles where people inspire you. I'm not trying to take no credit for the man's development, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you got to realize you always got it in you. You just got to get around people and situations that help you unlock that so you can be your best self. I'm always telling y'all that, man. Partnerships. And it's all kind of partnerships, but you need to be careful about who you partner with and what the ultimate goal is. And then don't be afraid to walk away from those partnerships when they are no longer valid, when they no longer serve you, because what you don't understand, there are things that I know I just don't talk about because that ain't my place. I let people come to those conclusions from their own personal experiences. Everybody got a past, everybody got an issue, everybody got challenges because we are human. I ain't here to put nobody down. I'm just trying to tell you, you need to look in the mirror and take care of you and take responsibility for you. And if you're going to develop these partnerships, be prepared for what they require. And one of the biggest things that I think that causes every partnership I've ever seen to fail has been communication. When communication is not in a partnership, when people are not transparent, and when they are not honest, or when they are fearful of confrontation, it's sad because everybody loses. You got people walking away from relationships that don't even know what happened. And instead of people having the kahunas to have the conversation, they're intimidated and afraid. That's why I don't deal with people, man, because I can't comprehend that. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to be straight up to the point it's going to hurt your feelings, but you're going to know what it is. Because I don't operate that way, but then I understand a lot of people don't. And I respect what people are, but, at the end of the day, a lot of opportunities have been lost because, number one, people can't not, you always got people, you have some people who have the gift to be the diplomat and the networker. They know how to bring the right people together to do the right thing. And then you got some people, they just start stuff, But then when it starts, you can't find them. And you got to watch who you deal with, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's unfortunate because there are people out here who could have been eaten. They made the wrong decision and rocked with the wrong crew. I'm telling you, you cannot align with everybody. Stay true to yourself. Stay on your path because you're going to always rise. Look at me, constantly rising to the top. No questions asked, no assistance needed. You know what I'm saying? On certain levels, because I know that I'm going to not only outgrow and surpass, I understand that the steady one, is going to win. That story about the hare and the tortoise and the hare, that's real. But at the end of the day, y'all got to make your own decisions. Realize partnerships ain't nothing to play with. Ain't nothing to play with. Do not align yourself with people who are not about winning and people who don't understand the cost it takes and the diligence it takes to be consistent and to win and to have your back. You feel me? And I'm trying to tell you, everything that glitter ain't gold, y'all. So if you're going to go into some partnerships, make sure you read the fine print. Y'all be blessed. This Ward signing off, and I want you to have a phenomenal day. Let's go get it.